Everyone, it's Electra. Welcome back. I am a 44-year-old autistic transgender, recently transitioning male to female for about a year now, and depression, anxiety, and bipolar 2. Welcome back to my channel. Just want to do a little personal update. I got that job at the Board Game restaurant and bar here in the city, and it's part-time only, which is what I wanted because a full-time job for 14 bucks an hour is not worth 40 hours a week. But for two shifts a week right now, that's all that they have. But really, it's also really almost all I want right now. I haven't worked in about 6 months, and I just kind of want something fun, something to, where I can go and be seen and just like be on my feet and be around people, meet people, look good, and be proud about being myself in public around people that are going to be overall very trans friendly and open-minded. It's going to be 2 nights a week, 6-hour shifts, so looking at about 12 hours a week right now, $14 an hour. No tips, unfortunately, as a host. So looking at like 100 something bucks. Good news is I don't think I'm taxed on this. I don't know. It seems like I did some, I ran the numbers on the calculator last night on the irs.gov. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any like taxable income. I've never had like a part-time low paying job before. So either way, I do plan on going back to what used to be my full-time job until last September. That won't happen until mid-March, but I'm glad I kept it in my back pocket because I don't think this economy is going anywhere good. It's just crazy that, I mean, everyone's like laying off all of a sudden. Like, yeah, the government stuff's been happening for about 2 weeks, but now it's starting to happen in the private sector. Southwest Airlines is laying off nearly 2,000 people at their corporate headquarters in Dallas. And this is the first time they have ever done that since they started the airline in like the late 60s. First ever layoffs, which for an airline is unheard of. And it's just not, airlines in a lot of ways are kind of like a bellwether for the rest of the economy. It's overly sensitive to the rest of the economy. So that's also why it's always been traditionally such a cyclical industry. When the airlines start struggling, it's usually because business travel is down, which means businesses are not seeking as much new business, or because they don't think it's out there and they're cutting back on their staff. So therefore they don't have to travel as much. And I just really think all these layoffs are going to trigger a major domino effect in this economy. It's already starting. It's only going to spread and get worse. Not to mention, most thinking and feeling people are boycotting in some way or another. I typically spend my money, I think mostly, like I never shop at Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in, well, once in a blue moon if I'm out of town, maybe, if it's the only option. But here at home, I never shop at Walmart, ever. Not that the local grocery stores are that much better. They all pretty much donate almost exclusively to the Republican Party. But that seems to be par for the course for just regional and local grocery chains, unfortunately. But in general, like, since I've been on medical leave since September, I've cut my spending down to pretty much nothing other than bare necessities. So basically food, toiletries, just household items. I bought 1 pair of leggings at Target for 20 bucks about a month ago, and 20 bucks well spent. It's been my favorite thing to wear all January and February so far. Every day I'm wearing them. really is the best thing to wear in the winter, because you can wear a skirt over it or a dress over it and your legs are not going to be exposed. So it's perfect for winter. It's like the fleece interior kind. It's really nice. I'm wearing them right now. Still thinking about how we resist, and I think really it's just it's like I say resist only because I don't know what else to call it, but we're not resisting. Resisting was 2016 to 2020 behavior at the latest. At this point, we have to think of it as offensive action, right? We're being offended by our current regime, so we need to respond in kind, in an offensive manner, not offensive. I don't really care if I offend them, but we need to be offensive, as in launching an assault on whatever it is they're trying to do to this country and to us. It's not even really about the country anymore. It's about us. They are directly assaulting the American people, whether they know it or not. The country itself, I'm pretty sure, is done. But that's what you have to expect in a Pluto return. The planet Pluto is returning to the spot that it was in the birth chart of the United States of America, 1776. And that's what we're going through. I mean, it's pretty clear now that whatever's happening, this country's not going to be the same after this. It's either going to get a lot worse or it's going to get a lot better, but either way, I think it's going to have to get a lot worse first before it can get a lot better. So we have to, that's something that still has to be provoked. Because if we do nothing, nobody's ever going to, so they're just going to keep carrying on with what they're doing and they don't care. So basically, so we have to start thinking like they do. Think what a MAGA would want in any given situation and do the opposite. That's basically what I do almost, all the time. It's not even a conscious thing I do anymore, really. It's just how I live my life. So yeah, think like MAGA, do the opposite. If you think like MAGA, you could also think. If you can think the opposite of MAGA, you could also think as MAGA. And I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's like that. It's like that theory of psychology where if a detective's trying to catch a serial killer, he has to mentally become the serial killer. And then by becoming the serial killer and immersing himself in that evil mind, he can eventually become to think as one, and that's how they catch the guy, right? This is basically the movie Manhunter from 1986, directed by Michael Mann. The first Hannibal Lecter movie, the one it was before Silence of the Lambs in 1991. But anyway, it might do some mental damage. Like the main character in that movie definitely went through a dark night of the soul, but they got the killer in the end, so it was, I guess, worth it for him. And so, anyway, yeah, got the job. Not much else new. Went to a group tonight for the first time in the month of February. I was out of town on the first Wednesday, and then a week ago, it also snowed, and the building was closed. So it wasn't so much that the snow was bad and the roads were undrivable. It was more just the building was closed, so they had to cancel the meeting. But had it tonight, and it was nice. Saw some people that I hadn't seen in a while. Can't think of much else. I'm spent, I think, at this point. I'll keep doing shorts. I think the pattern I'm falling into is the shorts I'm doing for more the current events, just random thoughts I have during the day about what we need to do in this country and practical steps and how to fight this attitude of defeatism and complacency. And I think the way to do that is just remember, we got very little time to do this. It is only going to get harder and harder every day that this regime is in power, because the longer they're in power, the more entrenched they're going to get, and then the harder it's going to be to dislodge them from power whenever that time comes. It's going to require more force. There's going to be more casualties and death and just general bloodshed the longer this goes on. You've got to rip the Band-Aid off as soon as possible to minimize any collateral damage or casualties that are unnecessary. So that's all I think I got for now, and I'll be back tomorrow with who knows what. But hey, we're alive, aren't we? So we have that to look forward to. Craziness. But hey, at least now we have a reason to live. So thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Have a good night.